So that was a day that I was not a good version of myself and was not the mom that I wanted to be. Hello, welcome back to Single Mom on a Farm. I have gotten a lot of requests for videos, and yesterday morning I woke up excited to get going on a video, and I had narrowed it down to 3 options. There was one about read aloud books for the summer, and there was one about scrupulosity versus OCD, and there was one about how to thrive mentally when raising a large family. So I was excited to get going on one of them right after we got all of our chores done, but then we started getting these issues. Caitlin left her retainers at the hotel a couple weeks ago, and we've been calling them and they haven't found them. So we called the orthodontist and they said it cost $400 to replace. So that kind of was heavy on me. Then she decided she'd go out and cut the grass. So she started doing that, but we ran out of gas. So I had to take her up to the general store and get some more gas. Then I couldn't do my video out here because she was mowing. Then the belt broke on the mower. Then I realized it was lunchtime. So we ate lunch and I remembered that we had the bookmobile was coming to our stop this week. So we ran to the bookmobile. Then 4 kids had an activity, like an all-day activity they needed to go to. So we got them all bathed and got them a sack dinner and out the door. And I decided, what video am I going to do today? I'm going to do the one about thriving mentally when raising a large family, because I was starting to lose it. I was just like, I'm never going to get this video is done. I'm never going to earn money. My channel is going to go down. We're going to be in the poorhouse, like all these negative thoughts. So I thought I really need this video for myself because I'm loving it that day. And then I did start this video. I got the 2 little kids kind of settled, and it was still going bad. The rooster, the crows, the everything. So I am trying it again today, and hopefully today is better. So the question I got is, can you please do a video on how to thrive mentally when single parenting children from a mother of 10? You can go over a list of 10 habits you practice to hold it together and what you do on the days you fail to be the best version of yourself. So sure, this is a good video I'm going to do today. And I'll give you a bunch of tips and that can apply to anybody raising children. So, and even if you're just not raising children anymore, but if you're just having a bad day or how to not have a bad day. And then at the end, I will talk about single parenting in general. She asked for a list of 10 habits I practice to hold it together. So I'm going to talk about that. And then what do you do on the days you fail to be the best version of yourself? And then I'll talk about that at the end. So I thought of the 10 habits. So I'm going to do 5 that are preventative so that I don't have a bad day, or that I can hold it together. And then 5 things that I do when I'm losing it. So my preventative things are what I first do in the morning. So when I first wake up, then I pray. I pray for help, for strength to, be able to handle any trials that come my way that day, to know especially how to use my time, like when to work and put the, not talk with the kids, or when to put the kids' needs first and put my business aside. I pray for extra business opportunities, those kinds of things. And then I read my scriptures. I'll read an uplifting book, a really encouraging one. I really like Terry Savelle Foy, John Acuff, any books going after your dreams, any books about starting the day off right, any books about saying you can do it, you're amazing. Sometimes motherhood books or homeschooling books that make me feel like a good mom or wanting to be a good mom. And then I also exercise. So I read while I'm on my exercise bike, but you can do it however you want. So pray and read and exercise, and then I say some affirmations. They'll have them on my wall that I printed out from the books that I've read. Things like, I'm the perfect mom that my children need. Or I can stay patient all day today. I'm doing my best I can to earn money. I'm going to earn money, or I am earning money. My business is thriving. Things like that are going to make me want to act to make those things happen and come true. So affirmations. And then my last thing is I go downstairs and I eat a healthy breakfast. So I really feel like all these things put together are going to help me have a great day, or help me at least not lose it as much as I would normally if I didn't do those things. So, and then 5 things that I do when I'm about to lose it, or 5 things she asked habits to practice to hold it together. So again, the next one is going to be pray for help. So when things are starting to go bad, I have to say a silent prayer. Heavenly Father, please help me to know what to do right now. Help me to know, like, should I keep helping Caitlin with her retainer problems? Or if it just felt like too big of a burden, then like help me know what I should do instead. Help me to decide, should I do my video or help her? Help me to have strength to stay calm, and help me to know what to say, because our words affect so much of what we say. I'm just so worried about panicking so much about the money and telling the kids I've got to work and you're in my way, or I don't want to say anything negative like that or make it feel like it's their fault. They just want a cheerful mom. I mean, they don't even care about the money. They don't even notice, so they just want me to be present and with them. So I have to pray for strength to know how to convey that they are super important, yet we still need some time to earn money. So the first thing I do is pray for help. And then the second thing I do is move. I believe in the saying, move your body, move your mood. So the first thing I might move is my lungs. So I would just take a deep breath. I just remember to take deep breaths, and then I move my body. So I might just like do some lunges or some like leg lifts, some kind of stretching with my arms and shoulders, opening up my chest, arm circles, maybe like some calf raises, just go up on tiptoes even, or just move, even for 5 seconds like that. So we were loading the dishwasher when Caitlin was talking about her retainers, and I could feel the stress and the anxiety coming on, and like not wanting to think about that right now, but wanting to know how to, to help her know that I'm very supportive of it. But, I just started moving and just like unloading the dishwasher and just started doing some leg lifts while I did it, and then do the deep breathing, and it really, really helps. So you don't have to do like a whole 30-minute yoga, but if you have the time, that's great. But just start moving. Just remember, move your body, move your mood, and breathe. It's going to really, really help. In Utah, I did go for a walk every single day in the afternoon, and I counted on that. Like throughout the morning, I'm just like, I can't wait for my walk, because that's going to reset me. It was the reset that I always needed, just to step physically away from the house and all of the kids. So when the 2 or 3 babies were down for their naps, then I'd leave the older ones in charge and just walk this 1/5 of a mile trail. Close to our house is at a middle school and a park. They kind of shared it. And I could just go like at 1 o'clock before the school traffic came and listen to a podcast and just walk in circles. I didn't have to think about stop signs and traffic and hear the cars and everything. So if you can do that, That's great. But just move your body, however it is. That will really help you. Along with move your body, move your hands into a productive project. When I only had little kids, then I would organize their closets or clean the microwave, clean out the fridge, anything that feels productive. Find a hobby that is not consuming, not like scrolling social media or going to the movies or going to an arcade. They may help you, but not very long term, not very much. So find a hobby that is very productive. Instead of shopping for more clothes and jewelry, then shop for like organization things or supplies for scrapbooking, or any hobby that's going to be productive and help you do a talent like paints or things like that. Spend your money on your hobbies, learning a new musical instrument or something like that, and you'll feel so much better. So that is all the tip with the move your body. Another tip, and I think this is number 3, is the word remember. And this has 2 facets to it. One is remember that this stage isn't going to last forever. This too shall pass. When McKenna was a baby and she was spitting up all day, every day, and I was just thinking, she's just gonna spit up forever. Well, guess what? She's 13 now and she doesn't spit up anymore. You may think of that when you're in the thick of potty training, that this kid is never gonna get it. Well, one day they will. They'll go off to kindergarten or even college and they will be potty trained. So it doesn't last forever. And that helps me remember that this is just a phase. With the sleepless nights, the potty training, the teething, everything, it has a season and it will end. And just a quick word, my heart goes out to those with special needs children who may never feed themselves, they may never walk or potty train or talk, and my heart really goes out to you because I don't know what to say to you. You could probably give me a lot of tips because it takes a special mom to raise those kind of kids. I don't know how you do it or how you think, because I don't know what to think I don't think that this is going to be overcome anytime soon. So extra blessings for you. But for the rest of us, that was just a thought that helps me, is that this phase isn't going to last forever, even when you're in the thick of it. And the other part of remember is remember the good times. So if your baby's screaming all night, remember how adorable they are when they are sleeping, when they are laughing and cooing, things like that. When you're having trouble with a child or they're being disobedient, remember the great things that they have done for you. Like Andy, it can sometimes be either disobedient or just likes to talk back or be ungrateful for things. And so the other day I cut his hair and I could tell he was up to something. It was so cute. And afterward he pulled out some pretend money that he'd made and he was just like, "Thank you, ma'am, for the haircut. How much do haircuts cost?" And he paid me with some paper money. So it was just so sweet. So I kept this because it had made me like tear up that day, because he's not very grateful, or I felt like he's never going to learn gratitude. And the fact that he just made it a fun and game, these are really special to me. So I can remember that the other times when I feel like he won't say thank you for anything, that he is grateful and he does know how to say thank you. And he did something really sweet for me. So that was tip number 3. And then tip number 4 is to change your thoughts. So this is crucial. Because thoughts run your day and they run your life. And this is the one that I need the most help with. This video has been so hard for me. It's taken me 2 days to do, a zillion tries, a zillion mess ups. The roosters, the crows, as you can hear, just the camera batteries, everything. And so I just want to say, I quit. I'm done with this. I hate my channel. I hate this, I hate that. You know, you can just have a bunch of negative thoughts. I'm gonna go work a job in town, or this is stupid, I want to blame a bunch of other things. None of that is helpful, so I have to quickly change my thoughts. My YouTube channel is fantastic. I have the best fans. Look how generous and kind they are. Look at the growth that I've been doing in the past year. This is gonna be great. Things like that will help me keep on working on it. You can write affirmations on your wall and just walk over to your wall and read them. I am a patient, kind mother, or everything is working out for me. Whatever it is, you figure them out and write them down, and change your thoughts is going to be the number 1 key to making it a positive day. I feel really stuck sometimes. I just think, what is God thinking that I can work and take care of the house and take care of the kids full time and the yard work and everything? Like, this is impossible. But instead I have to think, God wants to show miracles through me. God loves to show the impossible things that he can do, like Moses parting the Red Sea. So changing my thoughts is the biggest thing that I have to do with the little moments and in the big moments. And then the last tip I have is to have a friend or a relative or somebody that you can call or text when you really need to. For me, that is Lori, my sister, that I can just text her something funny. We just had 3 spills in a row. Or I can really call and cry if something is just really, really challenging or stressful. So that is just a last tip. And now for the last part of that question. What do you do on the days you fail to be the best version of yourself? I want to share a journal entry that I found last week when I was doing that journal video. And it depicts a day when I was not a good version of myself. So it's kind of long, so I'm sorry. So if you want to skip over it, go ahead and skip it. Okay, so Monday was a perfect day. I did a lot of fun school activities Andy wanted and felt like a good teacher, did a whole blog post during my 1 hour of work, played outside. I played doctor with Tilly for a whole hour and enjoyed how adorable she was. I cooked a nice dinner with Andy and did a great family night. I felt I did everything everyone wanted and was a good mom. And I talked a little bit about the exact dinner that Andy wanted and how we made it all from our farm only, with our own homemade yogurt and cheese and eggs and everything. And then I was really proud of myself. Tuesday was the total opposite. I felt like I was failing everyone and was a bad mom. I woke up heavy, feeling sad for Spencer. He was going through some things. I went downstairs and saw Andy on the couch with a barf bowl. I don't know why, but my tank felt totally depleted before I even said a word to anyone. I felt I had no energy to take care of a sick kid. Poor kid had been up in the night throwing up and I hadn't even heard. There was throw up all over his bed, floor, and wall. There was also throw up in the bathroom. So my morning was spent homeschooling, plus cleaning up the bedroom and the bathroom, starting many loads of laundry, and making dinner for a lady who had a baby. I cooked 3 pounds of ground beef as well as a pound of black beans for some taco meat for nachos for Spencer when he got home, and put it in the lady's soup. I was still working on it while everyone got lunch and didn't notice that Andy ate too, only to throw up 30 minutes later. I should have been taking care of him. After lunch, I just wanted to go out and start milking Maisie, who was mooing to be milked, but the kids weren't obeying and cleaning up, so I stayed to help put away lunch, finish the soup, put clothes in the dryer, start a new load, etc. Tilly got in the bath because it had been over a week since Saturday's baths didn't happen with the pipes frozen and her hair was a huge mess. She needed help and I wished Kylie or someone was here to help. A simple bath felt too hard for me. Tilly was struggling to get her hair tie out, and as I knelt by the side of the tub to help, I see throw up between the toilet and the tub, and I just start crying. I'm so depleted. Tilly sees me and says it's okay, she'd get her hair tie out, so I went out to milk instead. That goes poorly, with Maisie knocking over the milk, the chickens pecking me while I milk, The hose wasn't screwed on because of the freeze over the weekend, so I have to go all the way up to the house to screw it on in order to water Maisie. I just want to cry. I go back in the house and Tilly is calling for me from the bathtub. I strain the milk, put it in the fridge, and go to Tilly. I wash her hair through my tears and get her out. Her hair is a huge tangle, but I don't have the energy to brush it out. I'm so anxious for quiet time. Tilly brushes out her own hair and takes her hairbrush upstairs for quiet time. I get Andy a book and settle him on the couch, and everyone else is starting quiet time from 1 to 2. I start working and get a lot done, but Tilly comes and stands by me sometimes. I tell her she can stop brushing her hair even though it's still a mess. I don't have the energy to brush it, and I don't want to ask Caitlin, who is frantically crocheting a bunch of animals for an order she got and needs to mail. After quiet time, I get Thomas out the door running errands and going to a couple of jobs. I pack up the dinner for Allie and realize I never made the cookies I planned to, so I give her Oreos instead. I feel like a slacker dinner giver. Thomas drops off the dinner for me, walks Mimi, chops wood for a lady, drops off recycling, and goes to the library. I do laundry and cook our dinner and try to take care of the kids. Tilly asks if we can still make the cookies. I said we would this morning, so we get out all this stuff, but I just can't do it. I'm too worn out. I put everything away and serve the kids an early dinner instead. Thomas comes home and tells me about the wood chopping job and other errands. He's proud of himself, but he didn't get the holds at the library I wanted, and I just wanted to cry because all day I had been looking forward to him bringing me a book I could read after everyone was in bed. It was what kept me going. I was really excited that my book was finally ready, and Tom hadn't been to town in 5 days to get the holds. Of all the days, I needed it tonight. After dinner, I tell the little boys to go clean their room and put the sheets back on their beds, but they want me to help them, and I just don't have the energy when I usually love to. I also worry about earning money and how much time the kids are taking today. Tilly wants me to read to her before bed, and I'm not sure I can. I sit with her on the couch and tell her to start while I'm silently crying. She reads the first chapter, and then I read her 2 chapters. It's an adorable book, and the little boys come to listen and never do clean the room much. I'm sad nobody will help them, and overwhelmed that they're so messy. We have scripture reading and prayer. I tell Tilly to bring me a brush for her hair. I start brushing and notice a big section that's been cut. I can't figure it out. Kate says it wasn't like that on Sunday when she combed it for church. The boys say they didn't do it. Tilly says she didn't do it. I just cry. I am so worn out by this point. I go to the bathroom and search the trash with the throw-up paper towels in it for the hair tie to see if she pulled out a big chunk with it. I can't find it. Tilly brushes her teeth and I fold the clothes on the couch and cry. I finish the laundry, take a load upstairs, and go to tuck Tilly in. As I kneel by her bed, I see scissors by her kitchen set. I look in the trash and see a wad of hair. Apparently, Kate had done a fancy flip braid hairdo with many flips of the hair and then the hair tie. Tilly had gotten the hair tie out but never could undo the flips, and they were a big mess, so she'd cut it out. I start to cry and ask Tilly why she cut her hair. She said because nobody would help her get it out. She cries and I cry harder. It breaks my heart. My little girl has 7 people living with her and nobody will help her get her hairdo out or brush her out her tangly hair. I feel terrible that I'm too worn out to take care of her. I suddenly hate everything. I hate that I have to work. I hate that I've been working every possible minute and not seeing much results and not sure how much hope I have of ever earning money. I hate that nobody from church has ever once offered to watch my kids so I can have a break or even to work. How do they think I can work with kids with me 24/7? I hate that nobody has Tilly over to play. All she wants is someone to play with her. I cry that nobody would help with the kitchen, cookies, clean up, throw up, or wash bedding or bathe Tilly. I cry that it's just been too hard of a day for me. I hug Tilly and apologize. It's not her fault and it'll be all okay. It's just hair. I just wish I'd had the energy to take out that stupid hair tie and hairdo for her and brush out her hair. I also wish I could take the next day off and go for a hike by myself. I need a break from the kids so bad. So that was a very hard day, and more recently, it was just like a year or 2 ago, before I started my channel and was struggling to work. So that was a day that I was not a good version of myself and was not the mom that I wanted to be. I did write, for your information. Wednesday went much better. I had none of those negative thoughts and felt lighter, like someone was praying for me. I had the energy to make the cookies with Tilly, and to make it up to her, we baked 2 different batches. So we did have a good day. So it helps me realize when I journal like this that it's just one day, that my thoughts change, my circumstances change, how I handle things totally changes, and that time moves on and you're gonna feel better about things a different day. So what I did on that day was just cry a lot. So I don't recommend that. Sometimes you just have to go lay on your bed and cry when it's just a super hard day. But otherwise, try to do some of the other tips that I suggest. I don't know what I could have done differently that day, and I don't blame any of my kids for not helping. I feel like it was just a day that I needed. I needed to do it all by myself that day. I needed to rely on the Lord more. My kids are so helpful. They're just amazing. So it wasn't anything that they were doing that day. It was just how I was seeing the world and my thoughts that day. Maybe I should have tried to go out during quiet time and take a walk or chop wood or something like that to help. Instead I just was really focused on trying to earn money. I usually just had that 1 hour of work time during the quiet time that I was trying to work on my blog or my curriculum to earn money. So I didn't. So maybe I should have just done that. But to answer the question of what I do on the days where I fail to be the best version of myself, the first thing I do is apologize. So either right away, if I lose my temper or snap at somebody, I take them aside and I apologize. Or sometimes it's later that night when we're all going to bed. Or in this case, I think it was the next morning where I just said, y'all, I had a bad day yesterday. I did not handle myself like I wanted to. Nothing that you all did. I make sure that they know it's not anything that they did. I said, I just woke up with no energy for some reason. It was a hard day, but I usually love taking care of you when you're sick. I usually love helping you bathe. And I just say, for some reason, I just didn't have any energy that day. I'm really, really sorry. Will you forgive me? And then I also apologize to myself and forgive myself because I think the day was going so bad because I felt so guilty. I felt guilty the second I saw Andy with the barf bowl. I felt guilty that I hadn't helped him over the night. I was like, what kind of mom doesn't hear their kid throw up in the night? What kind of mom doesn't want to help clean up in the morning? I just woke up depleted and had all these bad thoughts going through my head. Like, I don't want to do this today. I can't do this today. I wish I had people to help. All the thoughts that were not helpful at all. So I had to forgive myself for feeling so guilty about that. I had felt guilty about him. I felt guilty about not giving a fantastic dinner to my friend. I felt guilty about not helping Tilly bathe and get her hair tie out, not do a great job homeschooling. I don't know. So I just felt like a loser mom that day. And you have to stop thinking those thoughts and move on. You have to forgive yourself and say, I am doing the best I can. I am doing fantastic. Any thoughts you can to keep yourself going. Most of these tips that I've been giving you are for any mom or even anybody in a situation where you're not acting as good as you want, or how to have a great day, no matter your situation. But I want to talk for a minute about the single moms and the single parents out there, because it is really, really hard. I will agree to that. When Nathan first moved out of the house, then it was such a relief. We could walk again. We weren't walking on eggshells anymore. We could do what we wanted, and it was really nice and really happy. And then when the divorce was final, it was awesome. We were all really relieved that we could live the life that we wanted to live. And then we moved here. We were on a high because we're starting a brand new life. Like, we were just so excited to finally get our farm and to have a new life. So that was great. And now it's been 4 years. And so the newness has worn off. The reality has set in that, like, wow, I am a single mom 24/7. I was like, what was I thinking, that I could do this? And so it is hard, especially hard if you have single or full custody. So my heart goes out to you all, because it is hard to be on all the time, to not have any breaks. So I hope that you have some family that can help you. Reach out to friends and ask for help also. You've got to have a lot of self-care, whether it's taking baths or reading books at night by yourself or getting your hair done, anything every once in a while to make sure you are taking care of you and your needs. When people offer to help, say yes. If someone offers to help me, I just say yes. People need the blessings of helping, and they love to serve others. So definitely take people up on their offers to help you. When you feel really lonely, go out and do things with friends. When Nathan first started working overnight, then the evenings were really lonely for me. I had 4 little kids, and I would just go outside because we lived in a neighborhood, and I just had to hang out outside because, like, those dinner hours when you're expecting a spouse to come home and he's not there anymore were really difficult. The kids get all fussy, like we're kind of tired out of doing all the things that we've been doing. So we always went outside and just watched other dads come home from work. Sometimes neighbors are out talking, older couples are out walking their dogs, and I could just talk and have that company. And then all of a sudden I could look at my watch and it'd be 7. I was like, oh, phew, we made it, from like the 4:30 to 7 hours. It helped the time go by faster. And then we could go in the house and I could start putting the kids to bed. You can offer to go out with friends, just go for walks with your friends, push the kids in the stroller, hang out at parks, libraries, have a few things that you want to go to, like story times and things like that. I kind of like to just stay home, but I remember when we had little kids and Nathan wasn't around much, then I did have to reach out and do things with friends because it does get pretty lonely. Here I have my children and they're all a lot older, so I'm not as lonely. I love my college kids coming home because they can talk to me on a more of an adult level and they give me so much encouragement and validation. I can just share the funniest things from my books and the silliest things and thoughts that I like from my books and songs or whatever, and they just give me that validation. So they're my good company, and my mom my other family members that when they come to visit, it's just awesome. I know you're doing a great job, so keep it up. The fact that you just want to be better means the world to the Lord. So keep it up. You can do it. I know it's hard. Just keep praying and asking for help. Keep putting one foot in front of the other, practicing these other things. My top 3 tips are to pray all the time, all day long, for help and for gratitude for the things that are going right, even hitting all the lights, or that the diaper didn't leak all over the clothes, and that you have food and that you have shelter. Then my other one is to exercise, just trying to stay active all day. Keep those endorphins going. It will really, really help your mood. And then changing your thoughts. That's a big one. The negative thoughts are not going to get you anywhere. They're not going to get you your dreams and goals. They're not going to help you have a good day or speak nicely to your kids. Instead, say, I got this. I can stay calm and patient when this kid is throwing a fit. I know how to handle these conflicts. I know how to handle teenagers' rebellion, whatever it is. Just stay positive with your thoughts and think, I am amazing. So I know you're amazing. You got this. I'm so proud of you for even, wanting to watch this video and try and do better. Jesus Christ is proud of you too for all the work that you're doing in bringing children into the world and taking care of them day in and day out and being the good example for them. So keep it up. I am so grateful for my viewers, for all the encouragement that they've given to me. I've had some really hard days where I'm thinking, I even quit this channel. Like yesterday and today, I was just like, I even threw my things down, my microphone down. I'm just like, forget this. This is just way too much work. It's not worth it. But then I'll sit down and look at the comments and I see that it is worth it. Y'all are just so encouraging. And so I need you in my life too. So you've been amazing and a blessing to me. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for watching and for all the support and love, the encouragement and prayers that you're giving to me and my children. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.